How's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh, and this is a Star Wars fan theory that I know a lot of people are going to be like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? What are you smoking? Like, what the hell are you drinking before this video? But this is very much a Star Wars fan theory, and as you guys can tell by the thumbnail, it's a little weird, but also this whole video is about our Rey's parents, Leia and Jabba the Hutt. So guys, if you want to hear my Star Wars fan theory, make sure you guys stay tuned. As always, Webheads, make sure you guys subscribe for more Star Wars fan theories, even some ones that are really out there like this one, really weird. Also, make sure you guys comment below and let me know, what are your thoughts on this fan theory? Do you guys think it's complete trash? Do you think there's a little slight possibility or anything else like that? Make sure you guys comment below. I really want to hear your thoughts. Alrighty, Webheads, so let's go into why Rey's parents are Leia and Jabba the Hutt. So let's first get into Leia. So why would it be Leia? Why would Leia be Rey's mother? Why would that happen in general? Well, the first thing that really caught my eye when I was watching The Force Awakens is that Rey has very strong Force abilities. I mean, she trained for like basically a day. She fought Kylo Ren, she beat Kylo Ren, and she was already using the Jedi mind trick on some of the stormtroopers. She was already using her Force abilities. So obviously she has to come from very, very strong Force sensitive lineage. So basically, I was thinking, well, she has to be a Skywalker. It just has to happen. And everyone has said that episode 7, 8, 9 are the continuation of the Skywalker lineage. So, of course, I'm thinking that the main star will be Skywalker, and that is going to be Rey. She has to be connected to a Skywalker, and I don't think that she is the daughter of Luke Skywalker. Instead, I think she is the daughter of Leia Skywalker. I think that makes a lot more sense. Another thing that happened in Star Wars The Force Awakens that kind of leaned it more towards Leia is that Leia basically at the end of the Battle of Starkiller Base, when Rey comes back, the first time Leia meets Rey, she hugs Rey. She hugs Rey and acts like she knows her in some way. They have never met before, but some reason she just wants to hug Rey instead of Chewbacca of all beings when Han just died. Instead of Chewbacca, she hugs Rey. That's something that they do not make mistakes in these movies. They don't make that big a mistake in a movie. Instead of making everybody think or do the obvious, let's instead make her hug Rey for some sort of reason. You have hundreds of people, thousands of people analyzing these movies before they're released to make sure that they make sense, and of course they did it for a particular reason, and I think that's because Leia knows who Rey is. Now another reason is basically like Han and Rey's relationship in the movie. Han does kind of take Rey under her wing. He does basically say, you want to be a part of the crew, all that kind of stuff to her. And I feel as though Han kind of feels like there's a responsibility with Rey, and he has to kind of take care of her in a way like that's his own kid. And I think he feels that responsibility because Leia is her mother. And of course, when we get to that kind of cantina scene in The Force Awakens, when you see Han and Maz Kanata talking, right when Rey and Finn leave the table, Maz asks Han, so who's the girl? You can tell in his facial expressions, he knows exactly who she is, and it cuts to a different scene just to keep the audience on edge of asking the question. And of course, I think that just means that he knows exactly who her parents are, where she came from, why she was on Jakku, all of those questions kind of answered. And the last reason basically is that Leia and Rey are very, very similar in appearance. It kind of feels like in Star Wars The Force Awakens that they were trying to make Rey look a lot like Leia. They have very similar facial features, they have very similar hair color, just body type, and their personality is very strong-willed. They're a strong female character, and I think that makes sense that Rey would be Leia's daughter in that sense because they just look so much alike and they act so much alike and they're very strong-willed, and I think that's something that Rey inherited from Leia. And now we kind of move on to Jabba the Hutt. Now, why in the hell would Jabba the Hutt ever be Rey's father? That makes absolutely no sense. Well, if we jump back to episode 6, what happened with Slave Leia? And of course, Slave Leia was kind of dressed in a very sexual outfit, and the filmmakers chose to do that because, of course, he feels like a king and he has all of his dancers, and the film very much does kind of make it a little sexual in a way, that he is very sexual way towards all of these alien women, especially towards Leia, and it's very uncomfortable when you're watching the movie, of course, and they do make it seem like that. And there's one night that happened between when Han and Luke and Chewie were going to get executed, and then when they were imprisoned. There's a big gap there that was never explained, of course, just like the scene in episode 3 with Anakin, when Anakin turns on his lightsaber and you see all of the younglings, and everybody can kind of piece together what happened. Now this begs the question of why would Rey's parents, or one parent, leave their child on a desert planet where there's nothing around them? The only thing around her was a space station that, from what the film showed, was just filled with criminals, junkers, and just really bad alien beings on that planet. And why would you leave a child there? That is the big question. Well, I feel as though Leia probably put her on that planet for either one of two reasons. One, maybe after Jabba's death, Jabba's loyal henchmen or his gangsters found out that Leia was pregnant with his child and went out to find her. Maybe he wanted to put her on that planet. I personally think it's the opposite. I think Leia didn't want to tell anybody about what happened, and she kind of put Rey on that planet just to put it off to the side and really just forget about what happened. And of course, that's a completely dark turn with all of this, but I think that kind of does answer the question of why a parent would do that, especially when your child is only like 5 years old and she's a completely defenseless child. I think that kind of answers the question of why a parent would do such a cruel thing to a child. Now, in The Force Awakens, of course, this happens throughout the entire movie, where Han will not tell Rey who her parents are, and you can definitely get the sense that he knows, because after that meeting with Han and Maz Kanata, when Maz Kanata asked Han, who is the girl? Once again, Han knows exactly who Rey is. So once he told Maz Kanata who Rey was, Maz Kanata ran up to Rey after Rey had all that little Force Vision episode, and she went up to her, gave Rey Anakin's and Luke's lightsaber, saying the Force is within you. It calls to you. So that does make a lot of sense right there, of Han basically told everything about Rey to Maz Kanata, and that's how Maz Kanata knows exactly who she is and what her destiny is. Now that is my fan theory of why Rey's parents are Jabba the Hutt and Leia. Now guys, of course, do I really believe that this fan theory is true? Of course I do not. Of course I don't think this fan theory is true, but of course I think it's something different that no one's really thought of, and I think there's actually a couple things that really you could back up on and kind of make an argument for. So guys, let me know down in the comments, do you guys think this fan theory is completely ridiculous and completely false, or do you guys think this is actually has some facts to back it up and can be true? Let me know down in the comments, guys. I really want to hear your thoughts on this. Also, smash that like button if you guys like this video, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars fan theories and some Star Wars ridiculous fan theories that could come out on the channel. Also, make sure you guys share this to all of your Star Wars friends. I think this is a video that every Star Wars fan needs to see. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Bye-bye. As always, Webheads, for more Star Wars fan theories and sometimes some ridiculous fan theories, make sure you guys subscribe right over here to Webhead. I have plenty more videos coming out on my channel. Also, make sure you guys check out my social media tags in the bottom right-hand corner, my social media links in the description below, and 2 videos below me I think you all would really, really enjoy. So thank you guys very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Bye-bye.